Live from the fantastic Playroom Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! It's the Doug Stewart Show, and I'm your boy, Doug Stewart. Really appreciate you joining me, and man, the response has been fantastic for the show. We've been doing it real big. This is episode number 5, and we're going to talk about Kobe the Bean Bryant. I'm going to give you my thoughts on this new contract, and I also want to hear what you got to say about it. So, just fasten your seatbelts, and this is the fastest 10 minutes on the internet. Alright? It's the Doug Stewart Show. And, oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you, as a matter of fact. Pretty sure everybody's still stuffed from their Thanksgiving holiday. And it's kind of what brought up this conversation about Kobe Bryant. And actually, it's a couple of days old where he got the new 2-year, $49 million contract from the Lakers or whatever. But was at my brother's house, Ryan Stewart, and he just brought up the conversation about the Lakers and Kobe Bryant and this new deal that he got. Now, if you listen to the Stews over the last decade, you know that I'm one of the biggest Laker fans in the history of the world, especially one of the most open Laker fans in sports media. Been a Laker fan since probably the late 70s, early 80s, Norm Nixon era, Jamal Wilkes, you know, when Magic got there, all of that. So I'm a huge fan. I'm the biggest fan you're going to find this side of the Mississippi as far as a Laker fan. My brother, because he's my brother and my little brother, my younger brother, he hates everything that I hate. I think that's just what a little brother does. So but because I love the Lakers so much, he hates them so much. But so it's funny when I'm at his house for Thanksgiving, he says, you know what? How do you feel about the deal the Lakers gave Kobe? And I says, you know, I don't like it. And I'll tell you why more in a second. But he says, I love it. So right then I knew something was wrong. That my brother liked anything to do with the Lakers and Kobe. Not only does he hate the Lakers, but this guy hates Kobe Bryant even more. I guess it goes back to that thing where he told the police on Shaq, you know, about paying off his women or whatever. So, me being a Laker fan, and I talked about this last year even when Kobe got injured and tore the Achilles, I thought we should have amnestied the guy. And I mean, I'm 100% honest. See, here's the thing about it. As an adult, and the way I'm looking at the Lakers organization, the front office, the Buss family, Mitch Kupchak, I'm looking at them as the adults. As the adults, you have to be grown up about this situation. You can't let emotion play into what you do when you're running an organization. I 100% firmly believe that. Here's the bottom line. Kobe Bean Bryant, a.k.a. the Black Mamba, a.k.a. Vino, he's got a bum wheel. He's got a torn Achilles that he's trying to come back from, okay? This isn't just your everyday run-of-the-mill injury. Grab your Achilles and see how tender of a body part that is and how much it controls, okay? He's 36 years old, okay? I don't think there's no 36-year-old athlete with a torn Achilles that should get a $50 million deal. And I just don't believe that. Now, let me make sure I say this from the very beginning. I think Kobe, for everything that he's done, 5 rings, I think they went to 2 more championships and lost. The guy has brought a lot of excitement. He's been class ever since the day he came out of high school, Laura Marion High School in Philadelphia. He's been a great Laker. He's arguably the greatest Laker of all time. But at some point, you have to move on. At some point, you have to do what's best for the organization. And I don't think in this particular case that the Lakers, Mitch Kupchak, the Buss family, did what was right. Now, let me say a couple of things about why I believe that. Number one, the best players of all time have been traded or waived or contract not extended. Don't act like this is nothing new. Now, I know the Lakers have a great history of taking care of their legends. Kareem Abdul retired as a Laker. Magic Johnson retired as a Laker, never wore another uniform. I understand that and I get that. And I think that's what makes the Lakers such a great organization as they do. Dr. Jerry Buss did stand by his great players. And yeah, the Lakers organization, the Buss family, these are billionaires. So it's not even about them spending their money that they have. I'm happy for Kobe getting his money. It's about being viable and winning games in the near future, in my opinion. It's as simple as that. It's nothing personal. It's absolutely nothing personal. He's 36 years old. He's got a busted wheel. It's as simple as that. What I envision when I see an older basketball player sticking with the same organization, I envision the Boston Celtics of the late 80s and the early 90s with Larry Bird. And the picture that I have ingrained in my mind is Larry Bird sitting over to the corner, laying on his back, trying to loosen his back up enough to come in and give you 5 to 10 minutes. Okay? That's what I remember. All right? And I think the Boston Celtics, the reason why they let Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and all of those guys go this past year is because the Boston Celtics and Danny Ainge vowed they would never be in that position again. Now, a lot of people would say, well, Len Bias died, probably had something to do with the Boston Celtics' horrible years for the last 20. Reggie Lewis dying probably had something to do with that. Yes, that's hearsay. We don't know. And you are listening to the Doug Stewart Show. All I know is this. The great Boston Celtics sucked for over 20 years. And if they had to do it again, they would have cut bait on those guys. Larry Legend, McHale, Parrish, all of those guys. If they had to do it again, I bet you the Boston Celtics fans would say, no, we need to cut bait. We need to move on. Okay? I promise you they would do that. I promise you they would. And the second thing why I have a real problem with this is you're an organization that's done great things throughout its history, obviously with all the championships, all the rings. We've seen great players move on to other teams, and it's fine. Michael Jordan wore a different uniform, for God's sake. Now, Michael Jordan retired. Michael Jordan joined the Washington Wizards in the front office capacity. I think he had like ownership in the team. He decided to come out of retirement. My thing is, if you have the rights to Michael Jordan, you do whatever it takes to keep Michael Jeffrey Jordan happy, okay? Where he wants to retire a Chicago Bull. I remember vividly at the time that Michael Jordan and the organization wasn't getting along well. I remember vividly that Scottie Pippen, for some reason, wanted to be traded out of that place. I remember that Dennis Rodman was about to sign a deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. I remember that. So if you let Michael Jordan put on a different uniform in whatever capacity it may be, anybody can be traded. I remember Elijah Wan wearing a Toronto Raptors uniform. I remember Patrick Ewing in Seattle, in Orlando. These are some of the greatest players of all times. It is what it is. Everything doesn't end in a fairy tale. If you want to be viable, you have to move on. And here's a third point I want to make about Kobe getting this deal that, I'm happy for him that he got, but I don't think he should have got it. The third reason is fans understand. I don't think that people give fans enough credit, okay? It is what it is a lot of times. The most glaring example of this is when Jerry Jones, and I'm moving to football, but when Jerry Jones bought the Dallas Cowboys, I remember it was like the sky was falling. He got rid of Tom Landry, okay? Tom Landry probably was the most beloved figure in Dallas Cowboys football history. Pacing the sideline with the fedora and the blazer. Tom Landry was the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones came in and cut his head off immediately. Oh my gosh. The Cowboys fans were outraged. How can you do this? How can you do this? But guess what? They won. And the fans forgave him. That's right. They forgave and forgot. When they won those 3 rings in the 90s, everything was happy-go-lucky. Tom Landry? Who the hell is Tom Landry? They don't care. Fans want to win. And if it's my choice between keeping a legendary player happy, giving him a lifetime achievement contract, or winning games consistently and not sucking for 5 to 10 years because we're still trying to come out of the doldrums for what we did to you, I got to go with the team. See, I'm going to be a Lakers fan, and this is what a lot of people don't understand, and you are listening to the Doug Stewart Show. This is what a lot of people don't understand. I'm going to be a Lakers fan. It's always the team before the player. Once again, I love what Kobe's done for the organization. One of the greatest players of all time, top 3, top 4 player of all time. But it's about the organization. And I don't want to suck for a couple of years because we tried to show Kobe how much we loved him. I'm sorry. I just don't want it to happen. And I mean that. So, good luck. Because now what you have is a situation where, and we know what you can do and what you can't do as an organization under this new salary cap. And I got a real kick out of Kobe coming on talking about how the Lakers know what they're doing and the fans don't know. Kobe, it's not that hard. We know how the salary cap works. We know that based on the money they gave you, the Lakers may be able to sign one more franchise-type player, which everybody is guessing is going to be Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay? It's not going to work. We get one more max player, then we got a bunch of cats for run and shoot on the sideline. We got a bunch of B-League players on the team if you and Carmelo are together. So I don't like the deal. I love Vino, but I don't like the deal. And that's word. That's word to my mother and my father and my grandmother. Bad deal, Lakers. You got to be the adult. And I don't think you were an adult in this one. That's what's up. Listen, you can email your boy, Doug, at thedougstewartshow.com. Check out the show on thedougstewartshow.com. And tell your friends, make sure that you subscribe. Hit that button right down there and subscribe. It's the Doug Stewart Show.